Hi, my name is Sloan Frost. I am one of the co-founders and the chair of the board of directors of Students for Liberty. Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you. It is incredible to see you guys here tonight. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've been dealing with a pandemic for a few years, and I really struggle with not being in the same room as SFLers. I think the hardest part for me was not being around you guys. SFL is my baby, and so being apart from the family has been really tough. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for making this such an exciting weekend to be a part of, so thank you. Now, I'm told by some of our friends internationally that Americans tend to introduce things like this with gimmicks, and that was how I was planning to do it, and instead they gave me a little bit of feedback, and so we're gonna try a game that we've played in the past. So, if this is your first Students for Liberty event, would you please raise your hands so we can welcome you? Welcome. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, great. Awesome. All right. Now, how many of you, is this your second event? Second international event, so second LibertyCon. Okay. Third? All right. You can't raise your hand twice, Michael Cannon. That's all right. We don't have price signals in healthcare, so why in this one? All right. Fourth time. All right. Fifth time. Sixth LibertyCon, or ISFLC, as Kat reminded us. Yeah. Seventh. Eighth. I see 8. I feel now I'm an auctioneer. All right. 9th. This is where it gets fun. 10th. I feel like we're going to skip a few, and I know who's going to be hand. All right, 11th, 12th, and who has been at every single LibertyCon? Raise your hands. Alexander? Is it just? Sam, you missed one. Sorry. Well, yes. I felt like that applied to me. All right, well, Alexander and Sam, it's great to see you guys at all of these. And everyone else, whether you're new or you've been here to 12, it's incredible to see you. Thank you guys truly for being here. And, okay, this is the last one, I promise. Are there any Green Bay Packers fans in the room? Okay. Great. Now, this is usually the award ceremony is in February, so I can talk trash about the season, but ours isn't looking so good this year, so fellow Packers fans, if you need to empathize with someone, I'm here for you. All right, so whether or not this is your first conference, your 12th, or even those of us your 13th, it's an exciting time, except for I realized that the number 13 is an unlucky number. And then I thought, well, SFL conferences have a tendency of just bringing out the unluckiest events, like the unluckiest things that could happen. So Wolf reminded us at the opening about the first SFL conference, where we literally had to call every attendee. At the time, we could do that because there were fewer than 100 people. And we asked them if they were still coming. So we're just like, FYI, guys, this conference is still happening. And we literally had to carry the coffee canisters from the Starbucks uphill in the snow, and I did it in heels, in order for there to be coffee at the conference. So we've come a long way since Snowmageddon, and it's pretty great to be here in Miami, although my hair is obviously not cooperating. And and I think when we first started SFL, this whole superstitiousness or thinking that unlucky things could happen continued. We used to tell people, for those of you that have been around, we used to say the door is always locked. I remember when I ran my first conference, the most exciting bit was that I had a key to the chemistry building, which is how I knew that the conference could actually happen, because so many times I'd been there or gone into the room and it was locked. Does that happen to anyone else? You go to host an event and something goes wrong? Yeah, okay, awesome. Well, hopefully the things that go wrong are overshadowed by the things that go well. And it's especially stressful to manage all of that too when you're a student, because on top of everything else, you're trying to figure out who you are in this world. And no one has experienced it before, but somehow we all have opinions about how you should be living your life. And on top of classes and jobs, you've chosen to work with an organization that is trying to change the world. It takes someone who's really special to do that. It has to be someone who has a passion for peace, love, and liberty, someone who isn't afraid to ask questions and push back on the answers that they get, civilly. Someone who knows that a freer future is really up to them. And I am so honored that Students for Liberty can help you guys on that journey that you're going through. It's not always easy. Sometimes you feel lonely. When we started SFL, we thought we were the only libertarians that existed on our campuses. I'm glad we were wrong. And I want you all to know that you're not alone. There's an S family out there for all of you. There's all of this. And yes, we disagree on a lot and we debate a lot, but we help each other to grow along the way. And I hope that you can celebrate the little victories that you have, because that'll help us keep going even further. So tonight, we'll do just that. We'll celebrate the achievements of SFLers from around the globe. But first, it's our tradition to pause for a moment before we begin and remember our friends whose journeys ended too soon. These SFLers were incredible activists, and more importantly, they're good people and good friends. Please join me in a moment of reflection. Thank you. In their memory, we continue our fight for a freer future. Okay, happiness. All right, so we'll start tonight with the Event of the Year Award. And for the nominees, we have the Socratic Samvad Colloquia Series from South Asia Students for Liberty. So, there's gonna be a lot of clapping tonight. So the South Asia SFL Samvad consists of discourse in the matter conducted by Socrates in ancient Greece. Students are asked to share their thoughts and concerns, often critically, in a structured manner in reference to the reading material that's sent out ahead of the event. Socratic events aim to help each participant develop their reasoning and critical thinking skills, discover effective and respectful communication methods, and have intelligent opinions on topics related to liberty. Our coordinators across South Asia use this concept as they hosted a series of 54 samvads with 1,004 attendees and 18 colloquia with 301 participants total. Next up, we have Nelson Usuri's event on objectivism in Tanzania. So they put this event together in less than a month. They had to organize it, promote it, and host this event on the theme of objectivism and liberty at the Arusha Technical College in Tanzania. Nelson was still able to get 180 students to attend, by far the highest attendance among our series of events on objectives in Africa, and bigger than our first few LibertyCons as well. Attendees there learned about rational self-interest, productiveness, independent thinking, personal responsibility, justice, and integrity. And the event also generated 100 new applications to the African Local Coordinator Program. And our last nominee for the award is the Ideas Hub in Latin America. I think I know where they're sitting. Venezuelans saw a new online training model coupled with the LibertyCon format conference that encouraged more than 420 students to join and learn about the ideas of liberty and how to promote them effectively. Participants strengthened their knowledge and skills in the fields of entrepreneurship, communication, cryptocurrency, and pro-liberty activism. We've done enough round of applause, so let's just get to it. The winner is Nelson Usuri's event on objectivism in Tanzania. Congratulations. Would you like to comment?
So, thank you so much. This is really overwhelming. So I would like to start by thanking Students for Liberty, but also to thank my leaders, my mentors, Linda Kavuka, Dixon Kigora. They're really amazing, and without them, this wouldn't have been possible. So thank you so much. And to everyone who have in one way or another contributed to this success and achievement. Thank you very much. Tonight, I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve as a libertarian within Students for Liberty. But I'm also greatly honored to have been selected to receive this award. And I would like us all to imagine like how much effort, how much hard work all the coordinators around Africa are putting in trying to spread liberty. And if you can imagine that, then you'll understand me when I say that all the coordinators deserve to be here on this stage right now. So, this award is a symbol for all the hard work that all coordinators are putting all over the world in trying to spread liberty. This is our award. We have all won this award. And therefore, I'm accepting this award this evening, and I'm sharing it with all of you. We are all the winners of this award, and we are all together in this battle. And I believe we are going to win. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Do you want to take a picture? Bring a picture? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Congratulations. All right. I said this was my 13th time doing this conference, and yet it is the first time that there are videos that I'm supposed to be queuing up. And so I failed in that. So let's pretend that we're back in time and I had appropriately queued up the video for Nelson's event.
On the plains of the Serengeti, corruption runs rampant. Tanzania is one of the world's poorest countries, in no small part due to its dominant political party, the Party of the Revolution, which is why objectivism and liberty at Arusha Technical College was so impressive. With just under a month to organize, promote, and host this event, Nelson Usiri brought in 108 students, the highest attendance among SFL's series of events on objectivism in Africa. Those in attendance learned about the virtues of rational self-interest, productiveness, and independent thinking, and they left with a deeper sense of personal responsibility, justice, and integrity. In a country, indeed on a continent where freedom faces an endless stream of threats, objectivism and liberty and its champion Nelson Usiri reawakened the Randian spirit of individuality, and ultimately, more than half of the event's attendees were inspired to pick up the baton of liberty by applying to become Students for Liberty local coordinators. Students for Liberty is proud to name Objectivism and Liberty at Arusha Technical College its event of the year.
Congratulations again. And next up, we have the Group of the Year Award. The nominees for the Group of the Year Award are Africa Students for Liberty's Leadership Team. In line with SFL's goals and mission, the Africa SFL Leadership Team was created to help Africa SFL coordinators improve their leadership skills. In the last year alone, the group worked towards designing a robust recruitment and training strategy. With their efforts, 400 coordinators from 28 countries on the African continent are better connected to meet, learn, and collaborate on regional projects for a freer Africa. Our next nominee, I'm going to get this, Unio Juventude e Liberdade. We're going to call them UJL, or the Union for Youth and Freedom in Brazil. The UJL has been heavily involved in some of the biggest events and social actions carried out by SFL Brazil in the last year. The group's main contribution to SFL Brazil, though, is that they have been able to be present in spaces where liberty movement has traditionally found it difficult to penetrate. They work to show that it's possible to be an intellectual without being elitist, defend private initiatives, contribute to social causes, and defend our principles outside the traditional libertarian bubble. The UJL seeks to make the defense of freedom something that is increasingly popular and accessible. And finally, SFL Czech Republic. The SFL Czech Republic student group played a particularly active role in the Liberty Opportunity Task Force for Ukraine. This included emergency evacuation of SFL coordinators in Ukraine, protests, awareness, and events on the cost of war. The Czech team also hosted, in addition to that, multiple large-scale events that included 2 regional conferences and the 2022 edition of LibertyCon Europe with 1,246 attendees. And in this nomination, we're recognizing not just those events, but what they've done to support the rest of the S family. Their critical and quick efforts responding to Putin's war on Ukraine and showing just who bears the brunt of that. So please give a round of applause for our nominees. The winner is SFL Czech Republic.
When the invasion of Ukraine began, the team from Czechia not only stepped up, they went kilometers above and galaxies beyond the call of duty. At great personal risk, they traveled to the Slovakia-Ukraine border to pick up a Ukrainian SFL coordinator and bring her safely back to Czechia. They delivered aid to the border camp set up for refugees. One of the team hosted a Ukrainian local coordinator in his family home for 3 months and refused offers from SFL to reimburse the living expenses. If they'd stopped there, they would have done so much. But the team from Czechia went on to organize aid events, including as a partner in a humanitarian music festival. They built a new regional website and developed an active following. They organized webinars and successfully expanded to Brno, Czechia. They held weekly events there, along with 2 regional conferences, attracting over 150 attendees each. The number of local coordinators in Czechia has doubled, and the team has started a volunteer program to identify the best local coordinator candidates to ensure a bright future for years to come. The team from Czechia also hosted the 2022 edition of LibertyCon Europe. They are Students for Liberty's Group of the Year.
Okay. So, sorry in advance, I will take more than just 60 seconds for the speech. Sorry, Amen. Well, I would first of all would like to thank for all the trust you give into us by awarding us with Team of the Year. But I also need to say that it's rather simpler to be promoting freedom in a developed Western countries such as Czech Republic or any other European states. I can imagine it's even more harder in states in Africa, Asia, Southern America. And you all seen the board with the ones who are not with us, unfortunately. And I can imagine you get many more names from Ukraine Students for Freedom, which are not officially part of the Students for Liberty, but I believe they are still part of us in our hearts. And given that, it saddens me even more that a lot of libertarians right now are saying that we should kind of be blind to the conflict which is now in the Ukraine, the war in Ukraine, the Russian dictatorship efforts to erase the freedom from Ukraine and soon from many other European states. The liberals, I think, should never use our values of peace in order to support such dictatorship of Russian or any other kind. Because by that, we are not only not helping freedom, we are disrespecting the fight that our leaders of Students for Liberty or any other volunteers are giving against their own totalitarianship regimes in Africa, Asia, Southern America. And I am glad that I'm part of an organization that has clear view on this. And I'm really glad that my team developed these efforts in the war in Ukraine. And now, more happier, I would also like to thank our amazing staff from Europe, Tamar Tarjishe, Stefan Achimovic, and Moshovsky, Liza Ceres, really, thank you, I love you guys.
I have to say, I hate that we consistently hear stories of how our students have to survive dictatorships and violence. It's not just in Ukraine and Russia. Like they said, it's all over. It's our staffers. It's I hope we never have to. SFL exists so that we don't have to one day. But I'm grateful that in the interim we have all of you guys that are here supporting each other, and I really think that's beyond an award. I think it's really beautiful. So thank you. All right. And the next award is our Impact of the Year award, which goes to someone who is accomplished outstanding achievements for SFL coordinators and shows the impact and value that they have added in the fight for liberty. And this year, our winner is Dylan Dean from the US. Dylan's work. Well, I gotta tell you guys what he did. All right, so Dylan's work in Montana helped them pass two bills that will guarantee free speech protection statewide. All right, now we can watch the video.
At Montana State University, Dylan has been a stalwart for liberty. In late 2021, in the face of mask mandates and COVID restrictions, Dylan fought back. He organized a protest, handing a megaphone to anyone who wanted to speak out against the iron fist of the campus administration. He also led an effort to collect more than 1,000 petition signatures from MSU students against the restrictions. His impact reaches far beyond campus, though. He testified in support of 2 statewide free speech bills in the Montana State Senate and House Judiciary Committees, 2 bills that ultimately passed. Perhaps his crowning achievement was more subtle, but brilliant. With his trash cleanup efforts and organization in Yellowstone National Park, he demonstrated that voluntarism and free markets are the keys to the protection of nature, not central authority. None of his work has been easy. He's faced obstacles and opposition every step of the way, but it has been impactful in the hearts and minds of MSU students, Montanans, and all of us who believe in freedom. That's why Students for Liberty is proud to present Dylan Dean with the Impact of the Year Award.
Please welcome Dylan Dean.
Thank you so much. I'm extremely honored to be up here accepting this award. And there's so many people I want to thank, but only a minute before they yell at me. And so the only name I'm going to say is Naomi, who is my regional coordinator and was my first friend when I started as a local coordinator. And the only other thing that I want to point out is that this impact was a few small things in one jurisdiction, but it moved the needle towards liberty a little bit. And if all of us continue to do these and to continue to make small impacts in our local communities, one day we'll wake up and we'll live in a free world.
Congratulations again, Dylan. All right. Next up, we have the coveted Student of the Year award. Was that an ooh, like an excitement ooh? Okay, very cool. Student of the Year, I mean, I have heard these award ceremonies compared to the Grammys. Hopefully not the Oscars. Will be less than 6 hours too, I promise. All right, so the nominees for the Student of the Year are Georgi Sinaurizi from Tbilisi, Georgia. Georgi is a regional coordinator for the Caucasus region. He joined European SFL in 2017 and has been one of our top students ever since. With his vision to expand the promotion of liberty outside of Georgia, he successfully established local groups in Azerbaijan and Armenia. Within the last year, he raised $34,000 in funds in the South Caucasus region to host 2 distinct projects on why politics and why liberty. Our next nominee is Sumaira Vasim from Pakistan. Sumaira Vasim is the regional coordinator of Afghanistan and Pakistan in a region that has been heavily influenced, I think that's an understatement, by authoritarian regimes. Sumaira has generated 185 applications to the local coordinator program and hosted multiple events on topics related to behavioral economics, entrepreneurship, and digital currencies. Despite the 2021 Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, Sumaira's efforts paid off well when multiple applicants showed interest in joining SFL, and she continues to ensure our presence in the war-torn region. Most recently, she was selected for the Prometheus Fellowship by SFL, and her Student of the Year nomination recognizes her efforts in advancing liberty in hostile regions. Truly incredible. And our final nominee is Maria Amare from Venezuela. In a country battling one of the worst socioeconomic crises of the present times, Maria is a young activist promoting the ideas of liberty in an environment of socialism. We've heard a lot about this weekend. Her activities are spread across hosting events, awareness campaigns, and training. She's clocked over 3,500 hours in SFL's student portal system. And today we're recognizing Maria's fundamental support of and her fight for liberty in a very difficult country of Venezuela. Please give a round of applause for all of our nominees. All right. Their activism is truly exceptional. And the winner is Maria Amare.
Inflation, poverty, Nicolas Maduro himself. You name the threat to liberty, Maria Amare has seen it in Venezuela. In response, she's organized online events, in-person events, and training programs, including this year's Es Libertad event of the year. And in valiant defiance of an authoritarian regime, Maria risked her life by crossing the Venezuelan border to attend a leadership retreat. With her, she carried the knowledge that the fight for liberty doesn't just happen in the present, but in the future. And so she also played an essential role in Reflexiones Libres, a campaign dedicated to promoting the book After Socialism, Liberty, the reflections of local coordinators on the challenges their countries face. Maria has stood tall against Maduro's government and stood out among activists in her country, including founding a Venezuelan chapter of the Ladies of Liberty Alliance. Despite governmental policies of repressing free speech, despite the danger in doing so, Maria has been unafraid to speak and unabashed in her dedication to human freedom and flourishing. Since joining Students for Liberty, she has been a bastion of hope in a place where government seeks so desperately to squash it. That's why Maria Amare is Students for Liberty's Student of the Year.
Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight, but she did prepare a recorded acceptance speech, which we can watch now.
Hola a todos from Venezuela. I wish I could be there in person and meet each and one of you, but as you may know, I live in a communist country and there is one thing for sure, isolation. Despite the circumstances, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to tell you how life-changing this experience as a member of SFL has been for me. Winning the Leader of the Year award is fulfilling, and so far it's one of my greatest achievements. This award makes me feel that all the efforts and risks that we all take when promoting the ideas of liberty in a communist country have been worth it. I have been persecuted for what I do and even held by the guerrillas on the Colombian-Venezuelan border, and that's just a little part of what we all have to do to talk about freedom to new generations. I have to say that I feel proud, I feel grateful, and I will continue to do what I consider my life purpose, being an activist for liberty and spreading these ideas among the new generations. I'm very grateful to SFL because being part of it connected me with the opportunity to become a programs associate at the Foundation for Economic Education to educate high school students about free markets and economics. Finally, I want to say thank you because these awards mean that all this hard work has not gone unnoticed. So thank you, Students for Liberty, for changing my life.
And even though Maria couldn't be here tonight, Oswaldo Martinez will be accepting the award on his behalf, so please welcome him to the stage.
Hello, guys. Well, I'm here to celebrate someone I'm very proud of. Marie is not here. I'm here on her behalf because she's a wonderful woman, a dear friend, and a successful SFLer. At her young age, he has done a lot for the pro-liberty movement. She isn't here because she lives under a system I escaped from, a system that deprives you for the opportunities, for example, SFL provides. So I'm very proud of that, and you must know all the struggles all the SFLers around the world do and pass through, but in the Venezuelan case is really strong. She and her team in Venezuela leads innovative events, promote campaigns, and they're trying and they're gonna get to achieve the culture of our country, from a collectivist one to a libertarian one. I'm going to make sure that Maria gets this award and also assure you that she and the S Libertad team will continue to fight for freedom in Latin America, proving we can get things done the SFL way. Por la libertad de Venezuela, de Latinoamérica y del mundo.
All right, one more time. For Maria, Oswaldo, all of our Venezuelans, Es Libertad. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go right now. All right. So the final award is for Alum of the Year. The Alum of the Year award recognizes students who are leaders in their fields and who have used their experience in bringing about change, continuing to light the torch of liberty in their regions. And this year's winner is Italo Cunha. He is the founding partner. He is the founding partner of CMA Startups, a law firm specializing in angel investments. Yep. and assisting startups and fintech companies in developing and advancing their businesses. Italo supports student coordinators in Brazil in their fundraising efforts and plays a role in their mentorship program.
Italo Cunha always knew his native Brazil was a country of massive potential, with a similarly massive bureaucracy. So as a student leader, he worked tirelessly in Sao Paulo's City Hall on a program of privatization and de-bureaucratization. Italo has spread his wings even further as an alumnus. He founded SAFI to help Brazilian businesses overcome bureaucratic red tape. It's already helped more than 150 companies and has earned the support of Inovativa, the largest accelerator in Latin America. Moreover, after graduating with a law degree from Fluminense Federal University, he helped found CMA Startups, a law firm specializing in angel investments and assisting startups in the fintech space. His success goes far beyond entrepreneurship. He has taken an active role in programs such as ProLíder, the most significant leadership course in the country. Throughout his journey, he has stayed true to his SFL Brazil roots, assisting in fundraising efforts and mentoring numerous coordinators and Liberty Lab groups. Brazil is one of Students for Liberty's largest and most impactful regions. Italo Cunha has established himself there as the shining star of its burgeoning alumni network, and he is Students for Liberty's Alumnus of the Year.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Vai Brasil! Thank you very much. I would like to start thanking the SFL Brazil team in the person of Nicolas. He's a great man that I admire very much. They make history as mine possible. The first time I flew on our airplane was because Students for Liberty was taking me to a training leadership around 2013. I'm getting old, it's a long time ago. As the plane was vibrating and took off to the skies, my perception of what I could reach in my life changed also. Students for Liberty gave me the confidence and skills to help those 150 business, and also gave my closest friends and fondest memories until now. That's why I'm so grateful to this organization. I have a debt that can never be repaid with Students for Liberty, and as long as you accept my help, I will be here trying to make the change you made in me in other persons. Thank you very much.
Thank you for all you're doing. Anybody else feeling inadequate? So I have two favorite things about SFL award ceremonies. The first is seeing just the breadth, the depth of the activism that you guys do. You cover economics, social policy, philosophy, and so much more. You help us talk about really difficult topics, even though we debate each other often, and that's fun. We grow from it. We grow from the perspectives and the experience. The winners tonight really highlight how the fight for liberty is not just about yelling into the abyss. It's about engaging with the people around us. Liberty is a fundamental value that transcends borders and time. It's about how we are able to be human beings, the very best of what each of us can be. Liberty is the ultimate respect for each other. It's the ultimate way of saying, I recognize you, and I think that you are going to do amazing things. We're supporting each other, and it's a wonderful thing to be in the room with all those amazing winners tonight. So, speaking of supporting each other, I want to thank some of the people who put this event together this weekend. I know I'm going to miss people, and I apologize profusely for that. But for right now, I'm going to run through just a few names. To Joshua, Robin, Nitsa, Yemen, Bernardo, Brian, Brad, and all our staff, Wolf. I think they do so much work behind the scenes, and everyone who is an activist knows that most of the work is behind the scenes, and none of this would happen if they weren't scuttling away, and so we appreciate you. And then to everyone who also raised their hands earlier tonight, thank you guys for coming back to SFL and sharing more of your time with us. The second thing that I love about awards is how energized it makes me. So sure, there are horrors in the world, and I'm told that I can't have world peace yet, but being around you guys who are so talented and so passionate, it reminds me that it's not all or nothing. We can make progress, we can make an impact, and we can help each other along our journeys. So thank you guys so much for sharing that energy with us. I hope that SFL continues to support you in whatever way you choose to pursue your journey as you develop as a person, and I hope that we can help you to pursue your dreams and make this a freer world. So tonight, celebrate yourselves, celebrate each other, all the hard work you've done, because we've got a lot still to do. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Safe travels.